I'm Mike Jones, the newly elected state representative from the 93rd District in York County, and I have the pleasure today to be joined by Pennsylvania Secretary of Agriculture,
Great to see you.
Russel
Welcome.
Redding.
Yeah,
Thank you,
good to see
Mr. Secretary. Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
And one thing I want to share with the folks right up front is you actually are a farmer as well as being our Secretary of Agriculture. So you live and breathe this for every day.
I get it on all sides, right? So try to understand sort of the market side of this, the conservation issues, but also figure out the policy side.
Well, as you and I were talking, I don't have a farming background, but I've got a tremendous amount of respect for farmers and had the pleasure of getting to know a lot of them across the southern end of our district, which is very agricultural centric. And so a couple quick questions for you, if you don't mind. First of all, we're here at the farm show, and maybe you can, I think it's the 103rd annual, and if you could tell us maybe just a little bit about the theme and some of the highlights this year that we can share with folks.
Well, welcome to the farm show. You know, we're very honored as a department to host the show, and as I say often, you know, if it was just a Department of Agriculture show, I'd be proud of it.
Right.
But I'm really proud because it's a Commonwealth show, right? There's something here that touches all sides of Pennsylvania, all the commodities. We really want to make sure that diversity of ag is represented here. Our theme this year is inspiring Pennsylvania's future, and agriculture, the theme has been, how does agriculture do that? So it's both about our history and it's about the conservation and preservation. It's about what we see in terms of jobs and opportunity for agriculture. All of that's embedded in the theme.
Well, to that point on younger generation, I mean, this is a great way, obviously, to connect, what I'll call the non-farming community with our food producers and whatnot, and give them at least a little bit of an appreciation for everything that goes into it. But big thing for us in our area, York's a big manufacturing area and a lot of agriculture, and real need for vocational education. And if you could talk a little bit about the need for agricultural jobs and some of the things we can be doing on the education side to promote that.
Well, I mean, every conversation with any employer is about a workforce, right? And workforce issues become economic development issues. And we see that in agriculture as well. So as we look out, it's both a contemporary concern because you're trying to find the right skills and competencies. Right. But if you start projecting, the question becomes, what are those sort of career pathways? Right. What are those jobs? And once we identify them, how do you actually get the folks who you need into those pathways? So we've spent a lot of time in the last couple of years thinking about this, working at it. You know, part of it's about the ag science programs we have. You've got some great ones in York County. Make sure you hang on to them. Make sure they respond to the changes that are occurring in the industry around technology and all the whole STEM fields. But it's also for those folks who are not headed to college, right? Still need a credential. Right. You can do that through apprenticeships, you can do it through the community colleges, however. And that's really become an important part of the conversation with our farm community. And we've asked them, what do you need, right? And they've got to get really good at articulating what that need looks like. So as we talk about it on education or the department, to make sure that we're actually responding to that need. But it's there, and we've got 75,000 jobs is our projection over the next 10 years. Of changes in agriculture. That's just in Pennsylvania. Farmers, we need them. Folks in technology, the supply chain. This is STEM Day at the farm show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was intentional to try to, bring some attention to it. We brought the robotics team down from Center County, which are the national champions on robotics. The 4-H team. Okay, yeah. In my previous life in business, we sponsored a robotics team in York there, which was also very great opportunity. Yeah,
and there's a lot of technology in agriculture that I learned, this past year with the GPS systems, and it's much more efficient on minimizing the amount of fertilizer you need, or I should say optimizing it, and optimizing yields, and it's just amazing. So a lot of these tractors drive themselves, as you know, so that's kind of the one end of the spectrum. The other, getting back to a real practical question, we had just a ton of rain this year, including a lot of flooding and so forth, but I'm just curious what that did to yields and so forth, or what you're seeing there.
Well, it was just, in many respects, the 70 inches of rain, added insult to injury, right? Because you had a slow start, wet year, markets that have been really challenged because of production in part, quality in part, but the trade agreement pieces have really made that complicated at the moment. So you had a year where farmers are just trying to figure out, how do you cover your basis, right? How do you cover your input costs? We're hopeful for 2019 to be a much better year. But it's a challenge. I mean, I see it on our own farm. The quality of the soybeans because of that much moisture, you just know it's going to be a lesser quality than a normal year, a drier year. And that has an impact on price, and same with the corn.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I know, like I said, just a great opportunity to give those in the non-farming community some exposure and appreciation to everything that the farmers do for us, and I appreciate the good work you're doing, and thanks for taking the time to meet with us today.
It's a pleasure. Look forward to working
with
you. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.